I love to hear the testimonies of our people, and one of the other testimonies that I got this last week was from one of our couples that's been with us maybe about a year. And he is, if I can get this right, he is a graphic designer, animator, works in that field of animation. And he had been looking, a few months back, he'd been looking at their systems and felt like God gave him an idea for the company. Felt like the Lord was showing him an more efficient way to do this part of the technical part of their business. So he started working on this program and developing this program. He felt that the Lord was giving him this idea to bring to their company. And so as time went on, he had an opportunity to share it with somebody, and they said, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's try and get you into management. So then when he finally got this opportunity, they shut him down. And he came away, he felt so dejected, and he felt disheartened, but he came to church on Sunday. And as they gave their offering, as they gave their pledge, and as they listened to the word, and they worshiped, and they entered in during the time of worship, didn't just sit there and be a spectator, but they entered in to the presence of God, entered into the anointing. And he told me this when Larry got up to preach, and Larry was preaching right to him without knowing a thing about him. And all of a sudden, faith rose up in his heart. And he said, God, I know you gave me that idea. I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm going to press this thing through. So a little time went on, and to make the long story short, it's cute because he sent it to me in bullet points. So I'm going to jump from number 2 down to number 6. So he marches back in there one day, has it all complete, ready to present it, and lo and behold, the supervisor comes to town just for that day. And the supervisor heard his plan, and the supervisor loved what he was showing him, and they implemented his software, saved the company over $1 million a year. And guess what? He is shining for the Lord. But you see, that's where the anointing comes down to where we live. The anointing isn't just for the pulpit. The anointing isn't just for the worship. The anointing is for you in your everyday life to go out of these doors and back into your workplace, or back into your school, or back into your homes, and for God to actually go with you and to establish His dominion in those places, but also for God to give you influence supernaturally, for God to give you favor that you couldn't achieve on your own. It's just like this gentleman. Here he had this idea, but it was God that put together all the pieces, that directed him, that helped him carve out and form this idea, but then to have the supervisor show up on that particular day from out of town. See, that's how the anointing orchestrates our lives.